What's up, Star Wars fans? We got the first Stormtroopers, an introduction to Admiral Rampart, and I think I know where we're gonna find Omega's energy bow. All this and more in today's episode review of The Bad Batch. And as I mentioned in my preview video, this episode was titled Replacements, and my prediction about that episode title was even right. I thought we'd be introduced to new Stormtroopers, and that's exactly what happens in this episode. And it all starts with the Bad Batch group addressing the fact that they miss Crosshair, and even Hunter admitting that he's mad at himself for leaving him behind. I think this was super important because nothing was mentioned of Crosshair in last episode. Addressing that they all miss Crosshair is also a great way for the story to transition back to Kamino, where we see Tarkin and Admiral Rampart discussing the replacement of the clones. And it's great to get answers to questions we've always had about why the clone army wasn't continued, and it seems like from Rampart and Tarkin's perspective that the clone program is just too expensive. But that said, back on the desolate moon, the Bad Batch have crash landed there, not just run out of fuel, like I predicted in my preview video, and as Tech and Echo are replacing the ship's capacitor outside the ship, I certainly got these horror type movie vibes as there's this monster lurking around the ship. Turns out that monster actually likes to feed on energy sources and ends up stealing the capacitor. Hunter, being the tracker of the group, sets out to track down the monster, but not before Omega convinces him to let her track down the monster with him. Now on the flip side of this story, we see Crosshair being sent out by Tarkin to attack and destroy the camp of Saw Gerrera. You know, the mission that the Bad Batch failed to do because they didn't want to kill innocent civilians. And despite one of the new Stormtroopers actually arguing against killing civilians, Crosshair and his new recruits do follow through with the mission, which impresses Tarkin and allows Admiral Rampart to take over the replacement of the clone troopers with what will become known as Stormtroopers. And with this being such a huge question on the minds of Star Wars fans for so many years, it's so cool to see the behind the scenes of how it actually happened, how the clone troopers were replaced by Stormtroopers. But that said, while this is all happening, Hunter and Omega are attacked by the creature they're tracking. Hunter falls unconscious, and it's up to Omega to bring the capacitor home, which he does very much like a Jedi, not using violence, but feeding this energy-hungry monster her flashlight so that she can grab the capacitor and get back to Hunter and back to the ship for repairs. But that's certainly not all. This episode ends with two really important things. One of which is that Wrecker has created Omega's own bunk or bedroom on their ship, really cementing this idea that she is part of the Bad Batch now. And the other really big one is that the Kaminoans, independent from the Empire, are going to be trying to create an even better version of the clone troopers, and I'm pretty sure that they need Omega back to make that happen. But hey, Star Wars fans, let me know what you think about this episode in the comments below. As always, I'm Mike, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.